Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's get this show on the road. So this is a 162 game regular season with the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe playing baseball for your consideration. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. The difficulty setting is set to All-Star. I also do play-by-play, obviously. Make sure this microphone is close enough. So live from Oracle Park in San Francisco, California, the Hollywood Avengers visit the San Francisco Giants. On the mound for the Giants, Mike Minor making his 19th start of the season. His record is 5-8 with an 8.42 earned run average. Ooh, ugly ERA. Leading off for the Avengers is Spider-Man, also known Tom Holland, 376, 12 homers, 60 RBIs, leading all vote getters for second baseman in the National League. Steps up to lead off the game. Here comes the first pitch of the ball game. Fastball outside, ball one. San Fran Giants are one game over 500, good for fourth place in the National League West.
First pitch, 605.
Again, misses outside. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Holland. Misses inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Hitters count. No, check that. Will he swing on 3-0? No, he will not, because I don't swing on 3-0. Take a pitch. Right down the middle. Good afternoon, my friend. Well, good morning to you, Mr. Outlander. I know that you're visiting from the West Coast. What's noon for me is 9 a.m. in the morning for you. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike to Tommy Holland. We are in the top of the first, no score. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a leadoff single for Spider-Man, getting this game off on the right foot. Here's the replay. It's a ground ball with eyes up the middle. Next up, he can do this all day. Chris Evans, 309 batting average. He is in second place amongst all vote getters in the National League for the catcher position in the All-Star game, which will happen in 2 games. That's a line drive headed towards the left center field gap. It's going to be first and second. He cuts it off. Tony Gwynn does quickly. 2 runners on, nobody out. Threat here in the top of the first.
Number 12.
Next up, Robert Downey Jr., also known as Iron Man in the MCU, hitting 277 on the season. And that's a ground ball through. It's runner rounds third and heads home. It's an RBI single for the Iron Man. And the MCU takes an early 1-0 lead before even a single out has been recorded. 3 straight hits to start the ballgame against Mike Minor. Next up, Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk, hitting 341, a team-high 22 homers, and 79 runs batted in. 2 on, nobody out, top of the first, already a 1-0 lead for the MCU. Here comes the pitch. A little late on the fastball, fouls it off, strike 1. In his last 6 games, Ruffalo has been scalding hot, hitting over 500 on this short stretch. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Larry Bullard is the home plate umpire calling balls and strikes. I have no idea if that's a real person or not. Don't really care. Checks his swing, pitch is low, count is no. He swung according to the home plate umpire. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guess he went too far. So 2 on for Ruffalo. Here comes the pitch. And that's a line drive base hit to center field. Rounding third and heading home is Chris Evans. It's an RBI single for the Hulk smash. And the MCU now leads 2-0 here in the top of the first. Oh my goodness. Here's the replay. I need to show the difficulty level. People are going to think I'm playing on rookie. So we go to options, gameplay. All-Star is the hitting difficulty. And pitching difficulty is at All-Star. So, next up, the late great Chadwick Boseman, hitting .351 on the season. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And it's a slow bouncer. Pitcher to second for one, back to first. Not in time. It is a fielder's choice out at second. First out of the ball game. Runners will move to third, so it's first and third with one away here in the top of the first. Robert Downey Jr. is at third. Next up is Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista, hitting .324 on the season. Dave plays Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. Here comes the pitch. Fastball outside, ball one. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Bautista. Low 2-0. And he jams him, pops it up in the infield. Jimmy Fox, the first baseman, makes the catch. He does not get the run home. So fails to get the runner home from third with less than 2 outs. Starting lineup for the Avengers. Tom Holland's at second. Chris Evans is the catcher. Robert Downey Jr. is at first. Mark Ruffalo is the DH. Chadwick Boseman's at third. Dave Bautista's in right. Don Cheadle's in center. Idris Elba's in left. And batting ninth and playing shortstop today is Gregg. Don Cheadle, 307, 9 homers, 50 runs batted in. 2 on, 2 out. 2 runs have already crossed the plate. Here comes the pitch. Fastball outside, ball one. Don Cheadle's a switch hitter, batting from the right side against the lefty Mike Minor. Inside corner, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Don Cheadle plays James Rhodes in the MCU, War Machine, from the Iron Man franchise. Little late, fouls it up the first base line, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners on first and third, 2 down. Here comes the pitch. And that's a line drive 2-out hit for Don Cheadle. An RBI single, and it's 3-0 MCU. Clutch 2-out hit. RBI number 51 on the season.
Number 63.
Just lined it into left center field. Next up, Hemdahl, Idris Elba, 268, 7 homers, 36 RBIs. Hemdahl from the Thor franchise. Runners at first and second, 2 down. And he lines it the other way for a base hit. Runner will hold. Strong throw to the plate. It'll be bases loaded. Station to station. Mike has been. So, the number 9 hitter, Gregg, 219, 1 homer, 8 RBIs. He's got the bases loaded. Fastball high, ball one. Gregg plays Phil Coulson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. that works with Nick Fury. And that is a line base hit. RBI single for Phil Coulson, 4-0 MCU. It has been, the floodgates are just open. Even Phil Coulson gets an RBI single, you know you didn't eat your Wheaties that morning. Just a bloop to right field over the head of the second baseman. So the lineup turns over. Tom Holland singled in this to start this inning. And he hits a line drive to the third baseman, but it's caught. Chipper Jones finally retires the side, but the Avengers score 4 times. After half inning of play, it's the Avengers 4, San Francisco Giants coming to bat. This is Avengers Baseball. Thor Odinson is the starting pitcher. 15-3, he's the ace of the staff, 2.48 earned run average. And leading off is Tony Gwynn, 292, 5 homers, 29 RBIs for the Giants. Tony Gwynn is a Hall of Fame outfielder. And it's past the diving attempt by Phil Coulson. He's going to go for second. Strong throw, but not in time. It's a double, leadoff double for Tony Gwynn, his 21st of the season. It's not a good way to start it for Thor. Next up, Chipper Jones, third baseman, hitting .336, 14 homers, 43 RBIs, 8-game hitting streak he brings into this game. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Fastball inside corner, strike one. The Avengers are 63 and 22, 63 and 32. That's Tommy Holland at second and Dave Bautista in right field. 63 and 32 is good for first place in the National League West. Swing and a miss over the split finger fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Chipper. Fouls it back. Count remains 0-2. So the Avengers are a created franchise on MLB The Show. They've taken the place of the San Diego Padres in the National League West. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on the fastball, diving down and in. First out of the ball game for Thor. Here's the replay.
The first baseman,
Jimmy Fox, first baseman. 322, 27 homers, 72 RBIs. Runner at second, 1 away. Fastball, outside corner, strike one. Swing and a miss, the splitter, 0-2 count. So after giving up that leadoff double to Tony Gwynn, looks like Hemsworth has locked it in. Looks sharp. Slider misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fox. Late on the fastball, 97 on the radar gun. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grounder to second. Holland throws to first. There are 2 away. The runner moves to third. So it'll be runner at third and 2 out. Starting lineup for the San Francisco Giants: Tony Gwynn's in right, Chipper Jones at third, Jimmy Fox at first. Cal Ripken Jr. is the shortstop. Second baseman is Brett Boone, left fielder Eloy Jimenez. Gurriel Jr. is the designated hitter, Shane Victorino's in center. Batting ninth and playing catcher is Shea Langoliers. 271, 19 homers, 67 RBIs. He is Cal Ripken Jr. 2 outs, runner at third. Fastball finds the outside corner for strike one. Misses high with the fastball. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third. 4-0 lead for the MCU. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on the inside pitch. And the side is retired to strand the runner at third. At the inning of play here in this matchup in San Francisco, it's the Avengers leading 4-0. So we go to the top of the second. Up steps Chris Evans, the original Captain America, singled in his first at-bat. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Slider low, ball 1. So this is the final 3-game series before the All-Star break in the schedule. Pulls it up the first third baseline, foul ball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Giants won yesterday's game and pitches inside 2 balls and 1 strike. The Avengers are trying to win today to even the series at 1 game apiece. And that looks like it's going to bloop in there for a single. It's a leadoff single for Chris Evans. He's now 2 for 2. Minor cannot keep them off the bases.
Now batting, number 12.
Next up, Robert Downey Jr., RBI single. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Minor. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Tony plays first base for the Avengers. And he's going, pitches outside, the throw down is not in time. It is a stolen base. He can do this all day for Chris Evans. I think it's stolen base number 14 or 15, I don't remember exactly. So runner in scoring position with nobody out for Robert Downey Jr. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Minor. Down and in, 2-1.
Count is 2-1.
Ground ball to the third baseman. Chipper holds the runner, throws to first. There is 1 away. Here in the top of the 2nd inning. Defensive alignment for the Giants in the outfield from left to right. You have Eloy Jimenez, Shane Victorino, and Tony Gwynn. And in the infield, Chipper Jones, Cal Ripken Jr., Brett Boone, Jimmy Fox with Shea Langoliers behind home plate. Giants are 5th in the National League in fielding percentage. So next up, Robert Downey Jr., RBI single. Runner at second has another opportunity. Skies it to right, but it will slice out of play for strike 1. Mark is not the first man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to play the Hulk. Ed Norton is, but I'm glad they made the change. I like Mark as the Hulk. Hulk smash. Pitch is high. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Mark has 22 homers to lead the ball club as we approach the All-Star break. Skies it to right. It could, nope, it's gonna slice foul. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. It had the distance, but couldn't stay fair down that right field line. Pitch is high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Evans leads off second, 1 away here in the top of the 2nd. High, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Black Panther. Here comes the full count pitch from Minor. Ground ball to the shortstop. Cal throws to first, holds the runner at second. There are 2 away.
Now batting.
Next up, Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. We lost Chadwick Boseman to colon cancer in 2020. May he rest in peace. May he live forever in Avengers baseball. And he's a little late on the slider, fouls it down the right field line for strike 1. Again, runner at second in scoring position, 2 down here in the top of the 2nd inning. And that's a line drive, base hit to left. Rounding third and heading home is Evans. It's going to throw to the plate is not in time. It's an RBI single with 2 outs for Black Panther. Wakanda forever, and the MCU leads 5-0. When will they get Minor out of this ball game? Dave Bautista's up next. Here comes the pitch from Minor. Skies it to deep center field, but playable in front of the warning track. Shane Victorino retires the side, but they do get another run, and after an inning and a half of play here in Oracle Park, the Avengers lead 5-0. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Brett Boone, the second baseman, is hitting .282. He has 26 homers, 68 RBIs. Check his blood. The juice is loose. Fastball in there, strike 1. Brett Boone played for the Seattle Mariners. Pitches outside and low. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Brett Boone played for the Seattle Mariners in the 1990s during the juice head explosion of the 90s. Pitch is fouled upstairs behind home plate. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. He was a guy who would hit about 13 home runs a season. Then all of a sudden he started hitting 40 home runs a season. Surprisingly, I wonder where all that power came from. Pitch is outside and low. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Skied it to right, racing over is Batista in the right field corner. He will make the catch in foul territory, 1 away. Nice play by Drax. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. You have Idris Elba, Don Cheadle, and Dave Bautista. In the infield, Chadwick Boseman, Clark Gregg playing shortstop today, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., and Chris Evans behind home plate. The Avengers lead the National League in fielding percentage. So, Eloy Jimenez, 258, 14 homers, 47 runs batted in. Steps up to the plate, takes a pitch at the knees for strike 1. In there, strike two. Two quick strikes on Jimenez. That's a deep drive. Nobody's going to get that one. It's a solo home run for Jimenez. And San Francisco's on the board. It's Jimenez's 15th homer of the season, and the Avengers now lead 5-1. My goodness. Hit the mark, and Eloy still hit it out the other way. Here's the replay. Oof. Boom. Projected 440 feet. That was a monster shot. Going for that Coke bottle out there. Next up, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 274, 20 homers, 61 runs batted in. Comes the pitch. Fastball outside corner, strike one. In there, strike two. Two quick strikes on Gurriel. Outside and low with the splitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for watching. Swing and a miss to the inside fastball. 98 on the radar gun. There's 2 away. Third strikeout of the game for Thor Odinson. Thor has 15 wins on the season to lead the National League. He is most likely going to be the starter in the All-Star game, which is why he will only pitch 5 innings this outing, as the All-Star game is this week. Shane Victorino's hitting .326. He steps up to the plate, fouls off the fastball, strike one. Shane has 11 homers and 44 RBIs. So Chris Hemsworth, not only is he going to pitch 5 innings because he's going to start the All-Star game, but he also grounded to short. Clark Gregg, routine play. There is 2 away. Check that. There's 3 away. Pardon me, lost track of the outs. Shane Victorino. No, it's not Shane Victorino. It's Eloy Jimenez who hit this solo home run. And at the end of 2, it's the Avengers 5, the Giants 1. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the top of the 3rd. Don Cheadle has an RBI single today. Steps up for his 2nd plate appearance. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up, short center field. Cal Ripken Jr. makes the catch, 1 away. Next up, Idris Elba singled in his first at-bat. Fastball is low, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
So what I was saying before is that Chris Evans this week insisted on playing designated hitter for the first time this season. I think he may also be dealing with pitch miss, 2 balls and no strikes. Might be dealing with an might be dealing with an exhaustion issue. Fouled off count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Elba. So I don't know if he's got enough energy in the tank. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Phil Coulson. Had an RBI single himself in that first inning. Hard ground ball to Brett Boone at second. He throws to first, and there are 2 away. Next up, Clark Gregg, RBI single. Slow bouncer to the 3rd baseman on the infield grass. He throws to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Mike Minor, and the side is retired. After 2.5 innings of play, it's the Hollywood Avengers 5. The San Francisco Giants 1. So, bottom of the 3rd, Shea Langoliers steps to the plate. He's the catcher, 234, 7 homers, 31 runs batted in. Comes the pitch. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Grounder to second on the outfield grass. Tom Holland throws to first, 1 away. So the National League West standings, as you can see, the Hollywood Avengers have taken the place of the San Diego Padres. They're in first place. They have a 1.5 game lead on the Dodgers. And San Francisco is 15 games back. Lineup turns over for the Giants. Tony Gwynn, who doubled in his first at-bat, steps up to the plate. Comes the pitch from Thor Odinson.
Nope. Ball
Checks his swing. Fastball is low. Ball 1. Tony Gwynn in his career, his real-life career, had 3,000 hits,
Ball.
1 batting titles.
2-0.
I think he had something like a 330 career batting average. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Tony.
Nope.
3 balls, no strikes. Suddenly lost the strike zone. On deck is Chipper Jones. Sinking fastball in there, strike 1. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. Grounded to third, routine play for T'Challa. Black Panther, oh, pulls him off the bag. That's an error, throwing error, E5.
Now batting, third baseman.
Let's watch the replay as I drink some water. Routine play. Just couldn't keep him on the bag. So runner at first, 1 down here in the top of the third. Check that bottom of the third. Chipper Jones struck out in his first at-bat. Fastball high, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1.
That's a ball.
Low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Look out. 1-1.
Pulls the split finger fastball foul. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grounded, oh! Could have had a double play, but he bobbled it. Instead, he takes the safe out at first. Runner moves to second. Tony Gwynn's at second. Could have had a 3-6-3 double play, but 2 outs, runner in scoring position for Jimmy Fox. Ground out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Checks the swing, but the fastball's in there for strike 1. Last 10 games, Jimmy Fox has 4 homers and 12 RBIs. He is smoking. Slider outside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Backs him off the plate with the sinking fastball, 2-1. Grounder up the middle. Gregg is there, throws to first, pulls him off the bag. That's 2 errors in the same inning, E6. Defense is failing Chris Hemsworth in this inning. Watch this. This is side retired. So there'll be runners at first and third now for Cal Ripken Jr. An opportunity to score some runs. He struck out in his first at-bat. 270 on the season. Hard ground ball. Takes it himself. Steps on the bag. Side is retired. So they avoided disaster. The end of 3 innings of play here in Oracle Park in San Francisco. The Avengers lead 5-1. So we go to the top of the 4th. Lineup turns over for the Avengers. Tom Holland is 1 for 2.
Holland.
Fastball outside, ball 1. Ground ball to Cal. Shortstop throws to first. And there's 1 out.
Now batting.
Next up, Chris Evans has 2 singles today. He has the batting average up to 313. 2 runs scored. Comes the pitch from Minor. Ground ball again to Cal Ripken at short. Throws to first. Busy inning for the shortstop. And 2 quick outs for the Avengers here in the top of the 4th.
Now batting.
That doesn't look anything like Cal Ripken Jr. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. Minor has settled down somewhat after a rough first inning in which he gave up 4 runs. Fouls off the slider. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Tony Stark. Skies it to left. Routine play for Jimenez. He makes the catch to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Minor. And after 3.5 innings of play, the Avengers have a 4-run lead. It's 5-1. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th. Brett Boone flew out in the second. He is 0 for 1. Fastball looked outside, called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. Grounder up the middle, backhanded by Holland. Long throw in time, 1 away. Chris Hemsworth leads the National League in wins this season. 15, he's 15-3. You notice Chris Pratt and Tom Hiddleston are on the list with 12 and 11 wins respectively. Star-Lord and his brother Loki. Eloy Jimenez, responsible for the only run on the scoreboard for the Giants, steps to the plate. He had a solo home run in his last at-bat. Takes a pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Grounder to third. Strong throw in time, 2 away. Nice play by Black Panther at third, trying to atone for that throwing error in his last inning, last attempt. So 2 out, bases empty. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. struck out in his last at-bat. He steps up. The pitch from Hemsworth. Pull foul, strike 1. Grounder to third. Throw from Black Panther on the money. Side is retired. So 4 innings of baseball have been played here in San Francisco, California. The Avengers still lead 5-1. Let's go to the top of the 5th. Up steps the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, to lead off. Bullpen is active for the Giants. Right-hander is out there getting warm. Fastball outside, ball 1. It's Brian Abreu, the right-hander, getting loose for the San Francisco. A little late on the fastball, fouls it back. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a ground ball with eyes up the middle. It's leadoff single from Mark Ruffalo. The Avengers have a base runner here with nobody out here in the top of the 5th. And the manager of the Giants has seen enough. He's coming to get him. The Cook.
Your attention, please.
Brian Abreu, 31 games out of the bullpen. He's 1-1 with a 7.36 earned run average. The definition of middle relief. Up next is Chadwick Boseman. RBI single, he's 1 for 2. Fastball low, ball 1. Chadwick's hitting .352 on the season. And that's a base hit over the head of the second baseman. It'll be first and second with nobody out. Chadwick is on fire. Again, he just serves it into right center field. Next up, Dave Bautista. Drax the Destroyer, 2 on, nobody out. Dave's 0 for 2. Fastball in there, strike 1. Dave's hitting .322 on the season. High, 1-1. Dave's hitting .320 with runners in the scoring position, which basically mirrors his regular season average. So that's caught by Chipper Jones, leaping catch. That's a highlight play right there for out number 1. Come on, gotta show that replay. Wow, no replay on that. That's a shame. Don Cheadle, RBI singles, 1 for 2. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Switch hitter batting now from the left side against the righty Abreu. High and tight, ball 1. Don's hitting .366 with runners in scoring position. And he's a little late on the fastball, skies it to left. Jimenez is there, makes the catch. 2 away. So 2 down. 2 on. Idris Elba, 1 for 2 with a single, steps up to the plate. Here comes a pitch from Abreu.
Count 1-0.
Checks his swing, pitches outside, count is 1 ball and no strikes. And that's a base hit to center field. Rounding third and heading home is Mark Ruffalo. The throw to the plate, it's going to be a close one. He's out. Threw him out to retire the side. Nice throw from Shane Victorino in center field to keep the score at 5-1 here after 4.5. This is Avengers baseball. So we can't hear Heidi Watney, unfortunately, so we're going to have to cut away. We apologize, Heidi. Something wrong with your microphone. Bottom of the 5th, Shane Victorino just made that incredible throw from center field to get the Hulk out at the plate. Grounded out in the second, he is 0 for 1. Here comes a pitch from Thor. Inside, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. And that's a deep drive. That ball is off the wall. And he will have a stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the 5th. That's Shane Victorino's 19th double of the season. Let's watch this. He just gets good wood on it. You know, another ballpark, that might have been a home run. That tall wall out there kept it in the ballpark. So next up is Shea Langoliers, the catcher. Grounded out in the 3rd. Couldn't get around on the fastball, pops it up, out of play, strike 1. So runner at second, nobody out for the Giants. Grounder to 3rd, he holds the runner, throws to 1st, in time, 1 away. Nice play by Black Panther at 3rd. Lineup turns over, Tony Gwynn, who's 1 for 2 with the doubles, 1 for 6 in this series so far. Steps up, runner in scoring position. Pitch called a strike. Count is 0-1. Low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Fly ball the other way. There is Idris, makes the catch. There are 2 away. Line drive to the left fielder.
The bat, the third baseman.
Next up, Chipper Jones. Chipper played for the Atlanta Braves during his major league career. Close to 500 homers. And that's a base hit to center field. Rounding 3rd and heading home. That's an RBI single for Chipper Jones. And the score is now 5-2. MCU leads. 2-out hit for Chipper. Here's the replay. It's a line drive up the middle. Next up, Jimmy Fox. In there, strike 1. 97 on the radar gun. Runner leads off 1st. Grounded foul, 3rd baseline. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Jimmy Fox. Jimmy Fox, another Hall of Fame player. Do not know what team he played for. Strike 3 called. Bottom of the zone. Side retired. It's an official ball game. They do score a run. So at the end of 5, it's the Avengers 5, the Giants 2. This is Avengers baseball. So before Clark Gregg, who's 1 for 2 with a single, an RBI single, gets up to the plate, we're going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen. And I say we're going to put Ed Norton in there. Let's warm up Ed Norton and schedule to put Ed Norton in the game. That's it for Chris Hemsworth. We don't want to wear him out. Clark Gregg, again, 1 for 2, leads off here in the top of the 6th. That's a line drive over the head of Jimmy Fox. It's 2nd hit of the game for Clark Gregg. He leads off with a single here in the top of the 6th. Almost a brilliant catch Let's watch the replay. He stretches out to get this. Almost, but not quite. Next up, the leadoff man, Spider-Man, 1 for 3 with the singles. He's hitting .376 to lead the National League. Fastball high, ball 1. .376, halfway through the season. Gregg leads off first. The ball is high and deep, but foul. Strike 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside corner, 1 and 2. And he skies it to deep center field. At the track, looking up, he makes the catch right in front of the 391 sign in center field. Almost hit a 2-run homer to dead center, but that's out number 1. Next up, Chris Evans, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. He's 3 for 6. Switch hitter batting from the left side now against Abreu. This is Abreu's second inning out of the bullpen. Quick throw to first. Gregg is back. That's a line drive base hit. That's Evans' 3rd hit of the ball game. First and second with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And the hit parade continues. Leg kick. One-handed swing from first Avenger. 1 for 3 with an RBI single is Robert Downey Jr. 13 homers, 53 RBIs. And he hits it down the right field line, and it will be a brilliant catch, diving catch. Tagging at second and going to third is the base runner. But there's 2 away. Gorgeous catch by Gwynn in right field. Oh my God. Show the replay, guys. There it is. Come on. He saved the run. Gave up the body. So runners are at first and third with 2 out. It's already a 3-run lead. Mark Ruffalo is 2 for 3. Mark needs a 2-out hit to get another RBI. Let's see what happens. Out in front of the slider, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Mark's hitting .336 with runners in scoring position. High and outside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Gregg is at third. Evans at first. Again, out in front of the slider. Nasty pitch, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Hulk. Down and in. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 5-2 lead for the MCU. Runners lead off first and third. Here comes the pitch from Abreu. Just gets a piece of the fastball to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. Quick throw to first. Again, just gets a piece of that nasty slider on the outside part of the plate to stay alive. And we'll do it again. And that is a soft grounder to short. Throws to first, scooped out of the dirt to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Hollywood Avengers lead 5-2. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. Pitching the bottom of the 6th is Ed Norton, who's 1-2 with a 4.39 earned run average. Ed Norton is the actor who played the Hulk first in the MCU. Had a solo movie back in 2009, I believe. Cal Ripken Jr. is 0-2. Comes the pitch to Cal. Grounder to third. Long throw. 1 away. Next up, Brett Boone's 0-2. Fastball 99 on the radar gun, but it's low. Ball 1. Sinking fastball in there, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Misses outside, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Grounder up the third base line and into the outfield. It's a fair ball. Makes a big turn at first, but Elba gets there quickly to get the ball into the second baseman. So he'll hold him to a single. It's a 1-out single for Brett Boone. It's 1 for 3. Right down that line, inside the third base bag. Let's watch the replay. There's no chance for T'Challa to corral that ball. Next up, Eloy Jimenez, who has a homer today. He's 1 for 2. Fastball outside, ball 1. Slider outside, 2 balls and no strikes to Jimenez. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Pops him up in the infield. Holland is there. He makes the catch for the 2nd out. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is game number 96 of a 162-game regular season on MLB The Show. Created franchise. All the players on this created franchise, the Hollywood Avengers, are actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Here comes a pitch to Gurriel. Swing and a miss at the inside, sinking fastball. Count is 0-1. Gameplay and play-by-play by yours truly. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounder past the third baseman and into left field. It's a single. 2-out single for Gurriel. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the replay. It's a ground ball with eyes between the shortstop and the third baseman. Next up, Shane Victorino. 1 for 2 with a double. And he pulls the fastball foul for strike 1. Tying run is at the plate. 2 on, 2 out. Grounder up the middle. Shovels it over to the second for the force to retire the side. So they strand 2. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. At the end of 6, it's the Avengers 5, the Giants 2. So we go to the top of the 7th. Chadwick Boseman is 2 for 3. Averages up to 354 on the season. Leads off here. Breaking ball inside, ball 1. Brady was out there for his 3rd inning of work. He has been effective. He's held him 2 shutout innings. But that's a leadoff single to right. Chadwick's hit number 3 today. A lot of hits for the Avengers today. Not a lot of runs to show for it. Next up, Dave Bautista. He's 0 for 3. He has yet to join the hit parade. Fouls off the high fastball. Strike 1. Dave was a professional WWE wrestler back in the day. And he hits a drive to left. That's got a chance. It is off the wall. It's going to be 2nd and 3rd by the time that ball finds its way back in the infield. It's a double for Drax the Destroyer. And it's 24th double of the season for Dave Bautista, and there'll be runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. And his hit streak continues. That's 8 games for Bautista. So in relief comes Ryan Dull, making his 29th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 2-2 with a 6.55 earned run average. So Don Cheadle, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Bats from the left side. Check that.
Nope, that's the ball.
Change-up's low, ball 1.
Nope,
Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Ryan Dull. And he pops him up in the infield out of the crouch. Langoliers makes the catch, 1 away. So with 2 runners in scoring position, he pops up, doesn't get that runner home from third. Avengers are having trouble hitting with runners in scoring position today. So Idris Elba, 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. Oh, intentional walk. He wants to load the bases for Clark Gregg. It's not a bad decision. Clark has 2 hits today, however.
Now batting, number 85.
So Clark Gregg is 2 for 3. He's an RBI single today. He is hitting .239. He has the bases loaded with 1 out. They're going for the double play. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Gregg, however, is in his limited time at the plate, has hit well with runners in scoring position. Well over 400. Slider inside, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Remember, nowhere to put him. They need to throw strikes. Fouls off the fastball, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes on Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Dull sets and delivers. Change up inside, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded, 5-2 lead for the Avengers. Clark Gregg is at the plate. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. He swung. He says he went too far. Missed 2 away and he didn't get the runner home. So it's 2 outs now and bases loaded. Now up next is Tom Holland. He's 1 for 4 with a single today. He is the hottest hitter on the ball club for the first half of the season. Fouls it off, strike 1. He's hitting .474 with runners in scoring position. It's an insane batting average with runners in scoring position. Fastball low, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Low, 2-1. Bases loaded, 2 out. They already have a 3-run lead. And he skies it to right, and they're going to get out of this bases loaded jam. So, granted, they're down by 3, but that could be a momentum changer. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch, stretch. Bottom of the 7th, Shea Langoliers is grounded out twice. After this pitch, we're going to go to the bullpen and warm somebody up. Pitch is outside and low, ball 1. Manager's office, bullpen. Let's go Sam Jackson. Let's warm up Sam. Fastball in there, 99 on the radar gun. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Out in front of the slurve, 1-2. And he hits a ball to the shortstop. Tough play for Clark Gregg, but he makes it look easy. There's 1 away. Again, he's trying to make up for that error earlier in this ball game. Lineup turns over again for the Giants. Tony Gwynn is 1 for 3 with a double in the first inning. Hitless since. Steps up with 1 away. Swing and a miss over the fastball. Strike 1. Ed Norton's got heat. Line drive the other way. Racing in is Elba, the left fielder, to make the catch, and there are 2 outs. Chipper Jones, RBI single, is 1 for 3. Bases empty, 2 outs. 5-2 lead for the Avengers. Grounds it foul. Strike 1. And it's a slow bouncer to first. Tony Stark takes it himself to retire the side. 7 innings complete here in Oracle Park. It's a 5-2 lead for the Avengers. Let's go to the top of the 8th. Hold on a second. Manager's office, bullpen. Righty. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's go warm up Paul Rudd. Let's put Paul Rudd, schedule Paul Rudd to go in the game. Okay. Chris Evans steps up, top of the 8th. He has 3 hits today. He's 3 for 4. Breaking ball outside from Dull. Attendance 40,017 here at Oracle Park. Not a sellout. Jams him inside with the slider. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a drive headed towards the right center field gap. It will dunk in there. He's going for second. The throw to second is on the money, but not in time. It is a double for Chris Evans, number 22. Doubles leaders in the National League. The Avengers lead the National League in doubles. Not surprising, considering the home ballpark they play in, Crosley Field, which is a minor league ballpark. A lot of real estate in Crosley Field. Evans has 4 hits today. He's in scoring position for Robert Downey Jr., who's 1 for 4. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. Ground ball through the right side. It is a base hit. He'll stay at third. So it'll be first and third with nobody out. Here's the replay. Pulls it past the first baseman. Past Brett Boone. Next up, the Hulk, 2 for 4. 3 for 8 with a homer in the series. First and third, nobody out. Fastball low, ball 1. They've been in this situation before, and they have not come through with runners in scoring position in today's game. And that's a line drive to Gwynn. Tagging at third and heading home is Evans. Throw to the plate is not in time. It is an RBI and a sacrifice fly for the Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, and the MCU now leads 6-2.
The batter, number 20.
Next up, Chadwick Boseman, 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Runner at first, 1 away. Top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. A breaking ball in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Langoliers. This count is 0-1. Almost got away. Chased a bad pitch. This time chased a high fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes due to T'Challa's anxiousness.
Too high.
Misses high, 1 ball and 2 strikes due to my anxiousness, but whatever, we'll blame T'Challa. Down and in, count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, runner at first, 1 away, top of the 8th, 6-2 lead for the MCU. Looking to even this series at 1 game apiece.
3.
Oh, they called him out on the pitch in the outside corner. He doesn't like the call. Dull's second strikeout. There are 2 outs. Up next, Dave Bautista, 1 for 4 with a double in the 7th. Runner at first, 2 outs. Comes the pitch. Low and inside, ball 1. Slider outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Just gets a piece of the fastball in the outside corner. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, fouls off the fastball. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner leads off first. The 2-2 pitch from Dull. Did he check it?
Did he go?
Yes, he did, according to the first base umpire. The count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner at first will be off on the pitch. Here comes the payoff pitch from Dull. Fouls it back, and we'll do it again. Ground ball off the glove of Jimmy Fox. Picks it up, tosses it. Nice play by Jimmy Fox to retire the side. The Avengers do get another run, another insurance run on the sacrifice fly. After 7.5, they lead 6-2. This is Avengers baseball. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. Ant-Man, Paul Rudd. 30th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 1-0 with a 4.41 earned run average. He comes in to pitch the bottom of the 8th. Faces Jimmy Fox, who is 0 for 3. Fastball low, ball 1. Grounder, third base side, foul ball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the changeup. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Fox. Swing and a miss, and the fastball struck him out. 1 away. Next up, Cal Ripken Jr. is 0 for 3. Swing and a miss, the 2-seam fastball. Strike 1. Grounder up the middle, backhanded by Tom Holland. Spider-Man throws to first, and there are 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Next up, Brett Boone, 1 for 3 with a single in his last at-bat. 2 outs, bases empty. Grounder deep in the hole at short, backhanded. Long throw by Clark. Throws him out, and the side is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Ant-Man. The end of 8 innings of play. It's the Avengers 6. The Giants 2.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nick Whitgren comes in relief for the Giants. He's 4-4 with a 4.75 earned run average. And he will face Don Cheadle. Let's go to the bullpen. Righty switch. All right, we'll let him pitch it. See what happens. Chases a pitch low, fouls it off, strike 1. Don Cheadle's 1 for 4 today. Top of the 9th. Chases a high fastball. 2 quick strikes on War Machine. And that looks like it might be a, yes it is, second hit of the game. Bloop base hit to center field for, wild throw, but backed up nicely by Whitgren. So, single to lead off the top of the 9th for Don Cheadle. Idris Elba's 2 for 3, steps up to the plate. Ground ball through the right side, his 3rd hit of the game. And there's 2 runners on again with nobody out. A frequent occurrence in this ball game. Unfortunately, they should have a lot more than 6 runs. Next up is Clark Gregg, who's 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI. Chases a pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Count is 0-1. Clark Gregg is basically a utility man. He's not a very good hitter. Skies it to right. 2 quick strikes. Count is 0-2 on Clark. Down and in, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
1 and 2.
Cheadle leads off second. Elba leads off first. And he looks like he skies it to left. Playable. Tagging at second and going to third is Don Cheadle. So he moved the runner, so I guess it's a productive out. So runners will be at first and third with 1 away here for the Avengers. Up next, Tom Holland. 1 for 5 with a single today. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Let's see if we can get him home. Slow roller. 2nd for 1, back to first. He is safe, so it's a fielder's choice. We'll call it an RBI ground out as Cheadle scores on the out. So it'll be the MCU now with a 5-run lead. Avengers lead 7-2. So 2 outs, runner at first. Up steps Chris Evans, who's 4 for 5 today. Can he get his 5th hit of the game? And this might be his 5th hit, and it will be. It's a bloop base hit to shallow left center field. Check that right center field. He's going to second. My goodness, he got a double on that. 23rd double of the season, so it'll be runners at second and third with 2 away. That's hit number 5 today for Captain America, the original Captain America. He can do this all day. So next up is Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., 2 for 5. A single can score both runs here in the 9th. And he bounces it at home plate, picks it up, throws in time. Nice play by Shea Langoliers to save a run. However, we go to the bottom of the 9th, last licks for San Francisco. They need 5 runs to tie. It's 7-2, Avengers lead. So Eloy Jimenez leads off. He had a solo homer today. He's 1 for 3. Rudd is still out there. Fastball just misses outside, ball 1. Ground ball to short. Gregg throws. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Next up, Gurriel Jr. single in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. Chases a breaking ball. 2 quick strikes on Gurriel Jr. It's 0 for 2. 0 and 2, pardon me. Just misses inside. That looked like a strike, but called the ball by the home plate umpire. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouls off the fastball, 97 on the radar gun. Count will remain 1 and 2. So it's a 7-2 lead for the MCU. If they win this game, it'll be win number 16 for Thor Odinson. Skies it to right, shallow but playable. And Drax the Destroyer makes the catch. There are 2 away. And the San Francisco Giants are down to their final out of the ballgame. Representing the final out is Shane Victorino, who's 1 for 3 with a double today. And he skies it to right. This should do it. It's playable. Batista makes the catch to retire the side. Ball game over. Avengers win 7-2. So they win today. That's win number 64 on the season. They're 64-32. They have a 2-game lead on the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West as we are 1 game from the All-Star break. That's win number 16 on the season for Thor Odinson, Chris Hemsworth, 16-3. He's going to be the starter for the All-Star team. And we go to the score sheet. So the Hollywood Avengers, 7 runs, 21 hits, 2 errors. So many hits because they could not get hits with runners in scoring position. So 7 runs, 21 hits, 2 errors. The Giants, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Hemsworth gets win number 16. Mike Minor gets the loss. Chris Evans, 5 for 6 with 2 doubles and a triple. No, check that, 2 doubles and 3 singles. Pardon me, 3 runs scored. Chris Evans with his 5 hits is the player of the game. This has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball, game number 96 out of a 162-plus regular season. I say plus because I'm hoping to win the World Series, so we'll see what happens once the playoff starts. No skipped innings, no simulated games. Every game on YouTube, all 162 of them, for your consideration. I am RC Robbin. This is Gaming with RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have yourself an absolutely awesome Sunday afternoon. Take care.